From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger. It is Friday. You know, we're going to be dealing with some of that wet weather here for tonight and even into tomorrow morning. But for the most part, we should dry things out here as we take into the weekend. So cool and unsettled through at least tomorrow morning. Possible chain requirements, by the way, east of I-5. Probably not as bad as we did see a few mornings ago, but we could be looking at more of that here for tonight and tomorrow morning. Also, dry and warmer this weekend for most of us. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Dry and warmer, though, as we go through next week. Here's your neighborhood forecast at a glance, and yeah, everyone's got that chance for rain in there going into the evening hours. Snow levels on average a little bit higher than the last storm, probably above 5,000 feet in most cases. Now we take a look at the wind advisory for Del Norte, Humboldt County until 5 o'clock here for today. Winds out of the south, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts 40 to 50. I do expect, though, as we go through the afternoon, that the winds will subside. And, you know, we'll take a look at the winds and show you what I'm talking about. 3 p.m. The strongest winds have already passed at this point. But now we're seeing the winds pick up elsewhere. Trinity County, pretty much in the valley, in the mountains. By the way, Siskiyou County, central Siskiyou County in Shasta Valley, very strong winds there. If you drive a high-profile vehicle, you may run into some problems there. But that's 3 o'clock here today. We're seeing the winds dying down for the coast. Then by 6 p.m., no longer really an issue. But still gusty for the valley, still gusty even off into the eastern mountains as well. How about tonight? Still a little gusty out there, especially the southeast side of the valley. But then by Saturday, the winds really do die down significantly. They pick up a little bit out of the north, though, as we take you into your Sunday. Nothing terrible, but one of the things I want to point out here is today, tomorrow, not an issue with the humidity. So I'm not concerned about fire weather risk. Here you can see this afternoon, 30 over 40%. That's pretty good. We take you into your Saturday, about 30%, maybe close to 40%. Again, not that bad. But take a look at Sunday. We're drying things out here. We're back down into the teens for that relative humidity. So with that said, any wind events that we get at this point, because we're not expecting any more rain and we're not expecting the humidity levels to really go up, we could be looking at some elevated fire risk here as we go into the first week of November. I mean, here we are. So let's take a look at it. First of all, here's the storm system that's going to bring us more rain here later on today and into tonight. The National Weather Service has all of the areas in green here, actually the Storm Prediction Center, having at least a chance for some isolated thunderstorms. And really, quite honestly, we could even see some activity here in Modoc County, Lassen, and Eastern Plumas. In fact, it looks like the Weather Service has actually kind of shifted that line a little bit more to the east since this morning. So we look at Futurecast. We're going to walk you through the timing of all of this. Here's today at 2 p.m. You see the main band of rain? So basically Humboldt County, then working its way northeastward into Modoc County. But really, overall, even at 2 o'clock this afternoon, we see a little bit of a break in the activity for the valley. So not a lot of rain, although north end of the valley around Redding may see some light showers at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but probably nothing that heavy. Then by mid to late afternoon, we're seeing this push of heavier rainfall. And by the way, keep in mind, especially when we start seeing a lot of the oranges and reds, that's a place where we could be looking at the potential for some thunderstorms. So if you hear a few rumbles of thunder, get a brief downpour over one of those thunderstorms, it's not out of the question for anyone. Valley, mountains, coast, inland, you're seeing that here through 4 o'clock here today. At 6 p.m., now most of the rain and snow is off to the east, and yeah, snow. So again, higher snow levels than with the past storm system. However, we still could be looking at some chain requirements later on tonight and into early tomorrow morning. But again, we're getting on the back side of this. Looks like still some activity around Siskiyou County and into Modoc County as well. Now we go into about 10 p.m., still looking at tonight. All right, now we're seeing the bulk of the activity off to the east. Could see some isolated thunderstorms there. Still some activity in the valley, but we're seeing less activity as you head to the west. Then by tomorrow morning, look at this. I mean, so this is getting to a point now where anything we see is just more of a nuisance than anything else because it's not going to help. So here you can see maybe a stray sprinkle early tomorrow morning. If you're out and about early tomorrow morning, don't be surprised if you run into a stray sprinkle, maybe a stray snow flurry. And, honestly, even some areas along the coast and into the mountains as well. Now, what we're seeing here as we go into Saturday afternoon, see how we're seeing a few sprinkles here and there? That's not out of the question, even into Saturday evening. And as we go into Sunday, look at this, Sunday morning still lingering around towards Siskiyou, Modoc County. Still that slight chance, even Sunday morning. But then it's gone completely by Sunday afternoon. Everyone at that point looking at dry conditions. But really, you saw it on Futurecast here. It's today and tonight is the main event. Then really the rest of the weekend, for the most part, it's dry. So look at the rainfall totals through Sunday, and really for all intents and purposes, this is through tonight and early tomorrow morning. You can see about a quarter of an inch, give or take, quite honestly, for the valley. And then a little bit more than that off to the east, where most of the rain is coming in from the north and west. That's where we expect to see most of the rainfall there. And I wanted to show you this. This, I think, is really a good representation of what we expect here for today and tomorrow. The darker green here indicating about a quarter of an inch, and then of course a little bit less than that as you start heading a little bit more in the center of the valley. But of course we got a little bit more in the higher elevations, and most of it, as expected, will be to the north and to the west, especially out into Del Norte County, western Siskiyou County, maybe even northern Humboldt County, getting caught up in that as well. We do have a winter weather advisory, mainly above 6,000 feet, from 5 p.m. today, so it's not even in effect yet, until 11 a.m. on Saturday. That's for tomorrow. I need to check that. Hold on one second. We'll just kind of keep this rolling. Yeah, no, it expires 11 a.m. Saturday. Oh, 5 p.m. today. That's where I got confused. All right. So, and I should have done this a little bit better writing this, but 5 p.m. today, Friday, through 11 a.m. on Saturday. That's what we're looking at here. So it's mainly going to be for tonight, where we could be looking at some of those chain requirements here. Mainly above 6,000 feet though. Look at the forecast snow totals. It's not going to be a lot. I mean, at this point, we're just not seeing much rain or snow as this system kind of passes on through. Let's take a look at the road conditions here with the snow on there. 5 a.m. Cedar Pass, maybe some issues there. But even Bogart Ranger Station looks like it's having a hard time. Even out towards Scott Mountain, it looks like it's having a hard time. So once again, I think we may see some chain requirements out there tonight and early tomorrow morning. But for the most part, it won't be as bad as what we saw 2 mornings ago. And you can see conditions will start to improve as we go late Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon. So there's that storm passing through tonight into tomorrow. We still have a stray shower here and there for parts of the higher elevations on Saturday. By Sunday, it's dry for almost everyone. And then next week, look at this. As we go into Monday, you see that? You saw that storm that was approaching. That's just going to clip Northern California. So Monday, places like Del Norte, Siskiyou, Modoc County could see a stray shower even on Monday. More of a nuisance than anything else because it's not going to amount to much. And then we could see those winds pick up out of the north come Tuesday of next week. This would mean some elevated fire weather risk that we've got to watch for on Tuesday. Then the wind should subside after that. I've got my eyes on these storm systems here, but you can see this one, it pretty much fizzles out before it hits us. And I was hoping when I saw this down the line that we might be opening that storm door. And the storm door is open, but unfortunately, it's just not much in the way of rain that's heading our way. So really, once we get past tonight, it dries out through next week, and that may even extend into that next weekend. Here's what we have in store for us today. Temperatures, again, later this afternoon, low 60s for the valley. The button got a little jumpy with the button there. Let's get you back. There we go. Low 60s for the valley. We do have those temperatures in the 30s and 40s for the higher elevations here for today. And for the coast, upper 50s to around 60 for that daytime high. All right, now we'll take a look at that 7-day forecast. Let's start off with the valley. Is it going to advance for me? No, of course not, because I wanted it to. So it's not going to, but now it should. Is it? There we go. Technology sometimes, folks. It's not fun. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. There are the showers we have today. Maybe, just maybe, a lingering shower early tomorrow morning, but for the most part, dry this weekend, dry and warmer as we take you through next week. Here's a look at the coast, inland and Weaverville, Trinity County. And we've got dry conditions for the weekend, dry conditions through next week. Let's take a look at Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains. So here's what I've got. I put the word chance in there for Saturday. You saw in Futurecast how insignificant it is, so don't let that scare you. Not a big deal. Maybe a little bit of lingering activity into early Sunday morning, especially for Siskiyou and Modoc County, not so much for Lassen County. So really, for all intents and purposes, folks, it's going to be dry for most of us this weekend. And then we're dry as we take you through next week. And it's also getting a little bit warmer as well. All right, that's your afternoon update. I'll be back again at 6 o'clock this evening for your rest of your evening forecast and your weekend forecast as well. Have a great afternoon.